Tonight we're here at the Foxborough Sports Center once again as the Norton Lancers take on the East Boston Jets right here on Wednesday Night Hockey on LSN. Hello folks and welcome inside our broadcast. I'm Javik Blake and the Lancers tonight honoring their 7 seniors in their final home game of the season take on an East Boston team that's still looking for their very first win of the season. Well, the Lancers meanwhile are looking for their third. And let's start off talking about the Norton Lancers. They're coming off a 4-0 loss against the number 8 ranked team in D3 in Ashland, which made it their 6th loss in their last 7 games. They're hoping to bounce back nicely tonight against an East Boston team. They had an offensive explosion against a 12-0 victory on January the 5th, and they're hoping for more of that tonight. It's going to start with Joey Giuliano, a point in 2 of his last 3 games, hoping to build off of that and score here when honoring him on senior night. And the man in net tonight for the Lancers as well, he's really been their unsung hero of this team, the MVP, Coach Sabato calling him that when I spoke with him earlier today. Mitchell Director, he really doesn't get enough credit for the amazing play he's had in net. Yes, the team isn't doing as well as one would think coming into the season, but it's really the play of Mitch Director time and time again, helping this team maybe stay close in games that otherwise, if he wasn't in net, they'd be getting blown out of. He's looking for varsity win number 4 against an East Boston team that's winless through 15 games this season and trying to avoid their worst season in the last 10 years. They come into tonight after a 14-0 loss against Attleboro on the second. They were down 3-0 after 1, but 5 third-period goals really sealed the fate in that one, followed by 6 third-period goals to put them down 14-0. But one of the big things with this East Boston team, a team that previously had made the playoffs just 2 years ago, it's a very small roster. Only 10 kids on the team, 7 forwards, 2 defensemen, and 1 goalie. If you look at the other side of the Norton Lancers, they're a roster with not only a varsity but a JV team as well, and they're going to be going with the full 21 skaters tonight to East Boston, just hoping to keep it competitive for a little bit against the Lancers, a team that hasn't had much luck this season, just hoping for a little bit of competitiveness against a Lancer team looking to win here on senior night. Throughout the broadcast tonight, however, we'll be highlighting each and every Lancer senior as Norton tries to cap off their senior night with a victory, but after the break, we'll go down to ice level for all the festivities here from the FSC. Join us then, folks. This is LSN. Welcome inside our broadcast. I'm Javik Blake. As we'll get ready to go, the puck is dropped, and we're underway. Bellingham kicked this one off. That one high in the air. This is LSN. 1-0 to score, and if he can do it this place, the Lancer fan section ready to erupt. This one thrown on towards net. In front, headed, and in! We're all tied up! 77 minutes! Stop here, looking to pass. Pass hits the outside, caught, and it's intercepted! Beats it back, this one's tipped away. Baker on the move, puts up the layup, and that one's good. As that one's over to Gallagher, he'll settle this one down, looking for a shot. That one! Put home, Brendan Hayden! Got the 18 headed in front of Mario Harrison, sends it in, the Lancers take a 3-point advantage.
Tonight we recognize the high school careers of our Norton and Sharon seniors. But before we do, we'd like to acknowledge and congratulate the seniors of East Boston on their high school careers. From East Boston first, number 10, Dom Russo. Number 4, Jacob Levitt. Number 21, Cam O'Connell. And number 12, Brian Gonzalez. Congratulations to all of you on a great high school career. And now for your Norton Lancer seniors. First up is Captain Brendan Hayden. He's accompanied by his dad Kevin, his mom Janice, his big sister Caitlin, little sister Michaela, and grandparents Tom and Diane Labor. Congratulations, Brendan. The coach is Captain Joey Giuliano, accompanied by his dad John, his mom Lori, and his older sister Abby. Congratulations, Joe. Next up is Billy Mitchell, director. Accompanied by his dad, Scott, his mom, Robin, and sister Haley, who cannot be here tonight because she's away at college. Congratulations, Mitchell. Next up, senior John Jagger. His dad, John, his mom, Maureen, and brother, Josh. Congratulations, John. Next up, Matthew Bennett, accompanied by his dad, Sean, and mom, Regina. Congratulations, Matt. Next up, Jared Parker, accompanied by his dad, Jonathan, his mom, Lisa, and his sister, Hannah, who cannot be here because she's practicing for the skating nationals. Congratulations, Jared. And Tommy Whalen, accompanied by his dad, Mike, mom, Kathy, little brothers, Mikey and Johnny. Congratulations, Tommy. Congratulations to all of our Norton and Sharon seniors.
All right, folks, we'll be back in just a moment with Puck Drop. Stick with us, folks. This is LSN. Hello, folks. Welcome inside the Foxborough Sports Center. I'm Javik Blakes here on Wednesday Night Hockey. The Lancers will take on the East Boston Jets. And just before puck drop, we had a fantastic rendition of the national anthem played by the Lancers' own Matt Zhao, the junior defenseman, who is, well, obviously the best violin player on the team, maybe the best violin player in all of D3 high school hockey, playing the violin on the national anthem. A special moment for him here before senior night. So let's get you those starting lineups first. For the Norton Lancers, Brendan Hayden will be on the left wing. On the right wing, it'll be Matt Pepin, both flanking Joey Giuliano. And on defense, it's Jared Parker and Jean Gagir. An all-senior lineup as we'll get ready to go here from the FSC. In net, as always, for the Lancers is Mitchell Director, a 2-11-2 record so far in the 15 games he's played, with a 3.7 goals against average and an .863 save percentage. On the other side of things for the East Boston Jets in net is Anthony Bassino, the freshman, currently with a 9.53 goals against average. The Lancers hoping for another offensive explosion here tonight on senior night. As we're underway, East Boston playing it back under the Lancer zone, picked up by Gagir behind the Lancer net. He'll carry it out now on the far side as Hayden down to the body mirror screen. Instead, he'll carry it himself up at the blue line, passes it far side, take-to-tape pass to Giuliano, trying to get around a few defenders. Gets tripped up just a bit there by Andy Key. And East Boston will be able to get the puck back. The Lancers getting it back again. Hayden has it just inside the dot. The shot saved by the glove of Bassino. Hayden with the good shot there. A little bit unlucky lately on shots. Only 1 goal on 10 shots in his last 4 games. Make that 1 goal on 11 shots now, counting that one there tonight. 14:33 left here in the first period. Giuliano plays it back to Parker, plays it down the near side to Pepin, just outside the circle. He'll hold it, plays it to the far side. Gagir will grab it. On the far side now, just outside the half boards, gives it to Giuliano. Has it to the corner. Circles around it. We're going to find someone to pass it to. He'll pass it up to the top to Parker. Parker, shot on net, saved again by Bassino. Gets squeaked out of his pass for just a moment. A wild dash in front of the net, but it's swept out by East Boston. The Lancers controlling the zone time here early. So the Lancers have it on the near side. Giuliano has it, circles behind the East Boston net. Looking to poke it around in front. It pops out for just a moment, and East Boston be able to pick it up and sends it all the way down. Ice director with his glove up, and we'll get the whistle for icing at 13:46. So 3 shots so far for the Lancers, and Bassino having a little trouble with the rebounds here early as we're going to face off on the near side. 0-0 the score with the Lancers with a whole lot of good chances as Mikey Whalen with his brother Tommy Whalen out there as well. That's Lancers' second line out there tonight. Whalen winning the faceoff draw easily in the East Boston zone. Plays it back up to the top, sent on towards net. Rebound, and it's put in the back of the net. So Matt Zhao playing the national anthem, and just a few minutes later gets a goal at 1:25 for his first career goal as a Lancer. So the Lancers lead here 1-0 as they'll play it back into their own zone off a face-off win. Remember, this team beat East Boston 12-0 just over a month ago. Lancers so far won all 3 face-offs as Zhao gets it right on the half boards in front of the Lancer bench. Parker has it as well. He'll send it up forward. Zhao tying it up. We're going to bring it forward again as it's Burho grabbing it. An offensive opportunity for East Boston. Braga grabs it in the far corner. Brings it up to Zhao now. We're going to play geometrically off the boards instead. Mikey Whalen will chase after this one as Connor Cohen gets it on the near side. He'll bring it up. The freshman playing 15 games so far this season with the Lancers as Tommy Whalen gets it in the near side corner. Brings it all the way around the East Boston. Now we're going to play it in front to Gill. That shot goes wide and sent back around the boards again. Gagir, we're going to tie up his man instead. Brian Gonzalez will take it. Shoots it on towards net. Saved by the blocker of Mitchell Director. Taken away by Levitt, taken back away by the Lancers, and East Boston just trying to get into that Lancer zone. It's Burho, having it taking away from me. Here comes Del Grasso and the Lancers have an attack on the far side inside the slot. Now it's Del Grasso shooting into the back of the net, and it's 2-0, 12:20 left in the first. So Declan Gill gets his second goal of the season. Against the East Boston Jets, and already 2-0 for the Lancers. Here in the early going. 6 shots, 2 of them already finding their way to the back of the net. Levitt winning the faceoff for East Boston. The Lancers controlling it to the half boards on the far side, however. Pepin has it on the half boards in front of the East Boston bench. Plays it forward to Giuliano. Tried to stick handle that one, taken away by Levitt. Play to the far side corner. Parker shoves it back into the Lancer end. Giuliano trying to get around his man. He does, sends it, passes it to the near side to Hayden outside the dot. Back towards the centering pass to Giuliano going just wide, and he'll pick up his rebound. Back to Hayden now. We're going to carry it out in front, missing. Saved by the leg pad of Bocino. As Hayden has it on the far side. Taken back by Andy Key, the defenseman. And he'll take it on the near side and looks to bring it up for East Boston out of the Lancers, out of their own end. Here tonight, Burho chipping it on towards net. Jercoli and Burho chasing after it on the far side. Fent in front. Parker was there to swat it away. On the far side, Pepin has it. Jercoli, Pepin getting tied up with a few Jets there. As Giuliano takes it on the near side, skates through center ice. Right down the seam, the all-time points leader for defensemen for the Lancers. He'll get it back on the near side corner. Looking to send it up to the top to Parker. Looks to just float it on towards net and saved by the glove of Bashino with 10:50 left here in the first. And Joey Giuliano, as I said, the points leader for this defense for all time. For defenseman, 49 points in his career, 14 goals, 35 assists. If he can get a point today, that'll put him at the 50 plateau, which would make him just the third Lancer to reach that plateau. Cohen, off the faceoff, gets it back to the point. Fast shot going off the glove of Bacino. The Lancers giving up possession here on the near side, and here comes Andy Key. Sending it back to Russo, but offsides is called on the far side, and we'll get a face-off on the near side dot. 10:36 left here in the first period here on senior night. The Lancers already leading in this one 2-0, thanks to goals from Zhao and Gill at 125 and 240. Mikey Whalen winning the face-off back to the Lancer end, and Connor Cohen. He'll grab it, plays it over to the far side. Going to play it over to Whalen in the center of the ice. He gets it. Now going to just go through everybody, loses the puck, brings it to the near side, and he'll look to play it back to Cohen. Whalen has the near side now, looking for a centering pass. Gets it to Tommy Whalen, but he's unable to put a shot on net. Goes right through his skates, and Burho gets it going the other way for East Boston. Brings it around his man, sends it down ice. And Jake Braga running into him as they'll continue to control it. We're going to turn around, but it's Tommy Whalen. Gets going, gets a little body check there from Burho, but he's on a breakaway. A 3-on-1 for the Lancers. Looking to send it to his brother, Mikey Whalen, on the near side, just going off his stick as Whalen gets checked into the boards. East Boston controlling it on the far side. Now gets tied up a little bit, and Braga now to Gagir. He has it just in the slot. The shot from point blank, saved by Bashino. Already 9 shots in the period for the Lancers. Del Grasso has it just in the slot. Braga looking to finish off a one leg. Sends it towards net. Bacino covers it up with 9:29 left here in the first period. For the Lancers, only 29 goals on the season, but 12 of them against East Boston. They're really going with the offensive onslaught here early. Coach Jay Thabato deciding to just stress the seniors in the junior varsity team, trying to get them a little bit more playing time as the Lancers win the draw. Back to Gagir, just skates around, looking to center a pass towards Dominic Del Grasso. That shot going wide, however, and the Lancers still control it. It's Whalen over to Gagir, just outside the dot, winds up, fires the slap shot, goes wide of the nets as Gill retrieves it on the far side. Gets tied up for a moment. Key giving up possession. Now it's Braga, has it in front. And the shot there going just wide as well. Del Grasso has it back to the point. We're going to send it on towards the net. Gets blocked a couple of times, and East Boston we're going to go the other way with it. Taken away by Del Grasso. He'll bring it up inside the East Boston end. The Lancers have the numbers. They have one man sitting in the slot. A great finish by Sherman, but it's blocked and kept in the elbow of Bacino. And we'll get a face-off with 8:43 to go in the first. The Lancers leading 2-0 with 11 shots on the night. Giuliano going into the dot for the Lancers. He's won 59% of his draws this season as he plays it back to Hayden. Wins number 106 for him on the season. A great centering pass in front. Brendan Hayden looking to get point number 70. Missing there. Giuliano sends it to the point to Parker. Down to Hayden. No control. Looking for the short side shot. Missing wide. Goes off a few bodies. Rattles off the end boards. As Sherman playing it down. As Giuliano now gets it. Looking for a centering pass. The backhanded shot gets blocked. And Parker now has that shot going on towards that save by the mask of Bacino. And we'll get another face-off. 8:11 to go here in the first period. Giuliano getting inside the dot, has Hayden behind him. As he'll skate the puck, winning the draw. As Hayden now has it in front of the net on the near side, the shot gets put home by Brendan Hayden, just going through the legs of Bacino. The Lancers already up 3-0 in this one, and Brendan Hayden gets point number 70 on his career, hits that plateau, his 5th goal of the season. And the Lancers, with a goal at 6:56, make it 3-0. So Hayden with his 5th on the season. The Lancers with their 3rd goal of the period lead this one by a 3-0 score. Zhao looking to get around to the defenseman. He gets it now. It's a 2-on-1. It's him and Tommy Whalen. The shot from the far side going just wide. Parker to corral it on the near side, just outside the blue line. And a high sticking is called on Mike Whalen, and we'll get a face-off down to the Lancer end. And one of the things this senior class, the largest class in Norton High School hockey history, 7 players. They're the last class that went to the tournament back in 2014-15, finished with an 8-8-4 record, barely sneaked into the first round of that tournament, but were unable to pull out any wins. As Whalen unable to win the faceoff on the near side, East Boston trying to control it. Mike Whalen getting it back. The Lancers, this senior class back when they were in 8th grade, it was Brendan Hayden and John Gagier on this team. There's a bad takeaway there from Connor Cohen. Set up something in the slot for East Boston, but they weren't able to get it. To Mikey Whalen to go the other way. We're going to bring it around a man. Has it, but another high sticking called on Whalen, and we'll get another face-off all the way back in the Lancer zone. 7:19 left in the first period, 3-0 the score. So 7:19 left in the first period. The Lancers leading 3-0. Hayden, Gill, and Zhao all scoring. Put the Lancers up 3-0 in this one. They'll win the faceoff on the far side. Back to Gagier. 7:15 left in the period. The Lancers looking to build off their 3-0 lead, and they're really just skating circles around this East Boston team. It's Del Grasso. We're going to get that one a little bit tied up. Rico has it. And a big check there from Laverdier. Gill now has it. Center ice. Has it towards the slot, but he's not able to bring it forward. Gagier just chipping it off his skate to Sherman. Del Grasso has it. Going to just bring it around his man. He does. Sends it back to the near side. Point to Laverdier. The shot tipped on before net. He doesn't even get there. Hits off a few east of Boston. Sticks to Laverdier. Grabs it back at center ice. Sends it to Del Grasso right outside the blue line, but taken away by Russo. Now with Sherman. Has it shot from the near side. Just off the blocker of Bacino. The Lancers' 14th shots of the period. East Boston, however, a takeaway, and they'll go the other way with it. Laverdier isn't able to get it. One-on-one with Director. He's able to close his glove and make the save with the pads. His first second save of the night with 6:15 to go in the first period. The Lancers will go for a line change to send that first line back out there of Hayden, Giuliano, and Pepin. So Giuliano getting the assist on Hayden's goal to bring him to 36 assists in his career, 50 points overall, which puts him in sole possession of 3rd most points all time in this Lancer program. Behind Jake Payne, one of the man who just taken the draw there, Brendan Hayden. So the Lancers only losing 1 draw on the night. They've won 6 of their 7. Tried to feed to Hayden on the near side of the Lancers, but they're able to do so. Dercoli has it, losing an edge there, and gives it away to Girardi. Sherman now has it. Dercoli, the shot right into the catching glove of Bacino. And we'll get another face-off of the Lancers' 15th shot of the period. And there you see on the bottom part of your screen, Matt Pepin. First senior we're going to highlight here tonight. In his career, 1 goal and 4 assists to give him 5 points as Hayden off the draw. Sends it to Pepin on the near side, looking for a one-timer, just missing from the near side post. East Boston controlling it, back to Giuliano. Dercoli keeping it in the Lancers zone. As Hayden there as well, but now East Boston goes the other way with it. Parker skating backwards there as that shot's covered up by the glove of Mitchell Director. We're back to Matt Pepin. Coach Jay Thabato talking to him earlier today about the senior class. His 1 assist on the season so far. He says he's really been a team player all year long. And when he uses his body, he really is a presence on the ice. And we've seen it from time and time again. The fortunate thing for him, he was missing the first 2 games of the season. Hurt his knee against Wellesley in a scrimmage up against the far side of the board. Just got leg checked right into the knee. Had to miss the first 2 games. But 13 games so far being played by him. Only 1 assist and 1 point as well to add to his 5 points in his career. Tommy Whalen now has it up center ice. Brings it around his man with a great move. Looking to get it on towards net, and he's pushed. And we might get a penalty shot here. Cross-checking the call. And we'll get a face-off, and a man will go to the box. So the Lancers will go on the power play for the first time tonight. East Boston putting a man in the box. That's Jacob Levitt, the defenseman, the senior defenseman. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Sends it up to Braga. The Lancers just trying to work on their power play here. They've dominated possession here, as most teams have against East Boston. They've let 143 goals in just 15 games this season. As East Boston sends this one down the ice for less than 5 minutes remaining here in the first period. The Lancers leading this one 3-0. Braga sends it off of Zhao as he sends this one down ice. To go to Burho for just a second on the far side, but instead they'll control it behind the East Boston net. The Jets looking to bring it up. Braga has on the far side, sends it back into the East Boston zone. The Lancers just having a touch up as East Boston clears it down ice. Gagir to touch it up for the Lancers. 1:15 remaining on the Lancer power play. 4:20 left in the first period. Whalen over to the far side to Mike Whalen. He'll bring it over to the near side. Inside the blue line, we're going to get around his man. That was Ryan Gray he was trying to get around. As Gray able to time up for just a moment is Key. And Gray looking to get something going here for East Boston as that one sent down ice. Gagir to grab with 51 seconds left on the power play for the Norton Lancers. No shots yet on the power play. 15 so far in the period. Del Grasso chipping it down ice. Sherman to chase after it on the near side of the Lancer zone. As East Boston able to clear it all the way back out to the Lancer side of the ice with 30 seconds to go on their power play. Already down in this one by a 3-0 score. Zhao, Gillen, Hayden with the goals. Here to chase after it once again from East Boston. 3:20 left in the first period. 15 seconds left on the Lancer power play. Gagir, he'll bring it up past center ice. As Del Grasso on the near side. Braga on the far side. Gagir looking for a centering pass. Nobody there as Del Grasso retrieves it on the near side. Sherman has it. We're going to wind up in a fire one. Instead holds it as East Boston gets their man back. Gagir holds it near side right to the corner to Sherman. Sherman to Del Grasso now just outside the slot. Brings it back to Sherman. Back to Del Grasso now. He'll hold it. The shot from just outside the slot off the pad of Bacino. The second chance opportunity goes in the net, and that'll make it 4-0. So it's Declan Gill getting his second goal of the night so far, third goal of the season at 12:20 to put the Lancers up in this one by a 4-0 score here in the first period. An offensive explosion looked to be in store from the get-go, and it's really gotten going now. Dercoli off the face-off win, chips it down ice as Giuliano chases after it. Burrow has it on the far side. He'll bring it behind the East Boston net. Looking to chip it over the goal. Chip it off the glass. Finds Gonzalez on the near side. Controls it. Hayden looks to be getting it. But Parker grabs it on the near side for the Lancers. Swings it around the boards there to grab it. On the other side is Girardi. As it's Giuliano looking to bring it up to Hayden. Hayden already has one goal. Then looking for a second, but a great short side blocker save by Anthony Bacino. Levitt grabbing the rebound. It's shipped up on the boards. Gonzalez looking to chase after with a burst of speed. Dercoli, the lone man. His shot goes wide. As Matt Pepin looking to retrieve it for the Lancers. Parker now will grab it. 1:45 to go here in the period. The Lancers leading 4-0 thanks to goals from Zhao, Gill, and Hayden. Gill the man with two of them. Burho looking to put it on towards net. The shot blocked by Mitch Director. Hayden to Giuliano. We're going to get it around an East Boston Jet. Gets it, but it's tied up on the boards. Andy Key sends it far side. And we'll get a hand up. Tripping is the call. And East Boston will go on a power play for the final 1:18 of this first period. East Boston, they'll be getting their first power play opportunity of the night. We're going to convert on it here, already down 4-0 As Jared Parker, the Lancers senior, just sit in the box for 2 for triple. East Boston has it off the face-off. Burho looking to bring it on towards net. He'll grab behind the Lancer cage, brings it all the way around, looking to centering pass. A fantastic pass to Rector, swallowing out the goal line to make the save. Off the stick of Antonio Girardi. A fantastic centering pass by Burho in front for Girardi. And it's Rector just jumping on it to make the save off the first power play shots for East Boston. Burho sending it off the top, off the face-off, sent it towards net. Rector will be able to grab it with 55.1 to go in the period. And Tom Whalen, you see him on the near side of your screen. The senior being honored here tonight as the Rangers win the face-off back to Gagir. 7 goals and 8 assists in his career, good for 15 points. Has 4 points on the season, 2 goals and 2 assists. Against East Boston last time they played each other, had a goal. We're going to add to his tally here tonight. Talking to head coach Jay Thabata with the Lancers, they'll just control it in their zone with 38 to go in the period. Coach Thabata, we really described Tom as the type of guy a coach loves working with. Will do anything asked of him. And echoing those same words was former Lancer head coach Eric Grassu, who coached Tom Whalen for 3 of his years, said he was selfless and hard-working as Whalen has it in the slot. We're going to bring it on towards net on the far side. We're going to bring it back towards the centering pass, but nobody was there to grab it. Coach Grasher describing Whalen as a selfless and hard-working guy who just gave a lot of heart to the team. As Gagir goes to get it with 5 seconds to go in the period, the Lancers leading this one by a score of 4-0, and that's where we'll end the first period. Gagir skates it up, and we'll go to the intermission report. 4-0 the score here from the FSC on senior night. The Ellison intermission report coming up next as East Boston trails the Lancers 4-0. Hello, folks. Welcome inside the Ellison Intermission Report from here at the Foxborough Sports Center. I'm Javid Blake. The Lancers leading this one 4-0 thanks to an offensive explosion here in the first period. And let's get that recap for you. Starting off the scoring was Matt Zhao. After playing the national anthem on his violin right behind me, scored just a minute 25 into this one to make it 1-0. Declan Gale followed just a minute 15 later to make it 2-0. And then Brendan Hayden scoring his 5th goal of the season to make it 3-0, and Declan Gale tallying the last goal of the period to make it 4-0 at 12:20, his 3rd of the season and 2nd of the game. And the Lancers, really, as you can see on the scoreboard, dominating all the statistical categories, dominating the play on the ice, and really skating circles around this East Boston team. They lead in shots 16-6, face-off 7-1, power plays, they're 0 for 1 in their lone chance. And but East Boston still with a little bit of time left on their power play when we come back for the second period. For the Lancers tonight, during the first period, they really just controlled the action. It's really just about having some fun out there and letting the seniors have a fantastic final night. So one second period coming up next, the Lancers hoping to build off their 4-0 lead right here on LSN. Hello, folks. Welcome back here to Wednesday Night Hockey on LSN. The Lancers celebrating their seniors, leading 4-0 as we get ready to drop the puck on the second period. But first, let's take a look around the TVL small standings. Medway at 5-3-2, leading the division with 12 points over Sherborne. Right behind them, tied with Dedham at 9 points apiece. Behind them is Norton with 3 points, and Bellingham sitting in the last with an 0-9-1 record with 1 point. East Boston, 43 seconds left on their power play as we are underway in the second period. Laverty getting the puck on the near side off the faceoff, having to chase it back into the Lancer end. It's Whalen grabbing it behind the Lancer own net. He'll skate the puck, dumps it off on the far side to Gagir. 24 seconds left on the power play. Gagir just sends it all the way down ice, and the Lancers will kill off more time on this power play. Now 14:32 left here in the second period. Pepin, he'll grab it, brings it around his man with a great move, shot on net. Pacina with a fantastic save off the far side shot from Pepin. Pepin able to drag it through the East Boston Jet leg. The legs of Dominic Russo, able to get a shot off from the far side as Giuliano unable to win the faceoff there as East Boston controls it. And Brendan Hayden grabs it just inside the blue line. Connor Cohen falling to the ice just outside the blue line. I think he might have gotten his skate caught as the Lancers now ending their penalty kill. Giuliano controls it, skating all the way around. And now we'll skate it back on the far side, just inside the dot. He's gone through 5 East Boston defenders. Nobody's touched the puck yet. Finally able to chip it up towards Hayden. As Dercoli held up for just a minute as the puck goes outside the Lancer zone. And East Boston will grab it, going the other way with it. It's Burho giving it up to Braga to Pepin on the far side to Giuliano now at center ice. He'll bring it through a few defenders, splits him in on net all alone, looking for a goal. Just missing off the leg of Pacino. Dercoli, however, getting it, and Pacino coming right back for a save. Dercoli getting it again with yet another rebound. Pacino, rebound control has been an issue. East Boston had an opportunity for a 2-on-1, but Jake Braga standing there on the far side half boards. Giuliano now grabs it. Sniper just going off the crossbar up top. Parker, the one-timer, just going off the legs of Pacino from the slot. The Lancers already 4 shots on net in the period. They lead shots on net 20-6. Parker has it on the far side, just outside the Lancer bench on the half boards. Sends it in towards the far corner. Levitt will grab it. He'll send it around the boards now. To the near side is Andy Key. Giuliano defending him. He'll hold it. Looked to held up his man for just a minute, but going the other way is East Boston. Burho, breakaway. Oh, and we're going to put it in, and he gets it. Jared Burho scoring at 12:44. And we have a 4-1 game. So the score now 4-1. Jared Burho scoring his first of the night, the junior. Able to get East Boston within 3. Gagir grabs it in the Lancers end off the faceoff. He'll look to bring it up to the near side. Instead skates around a few defenders. Now splits 2 more. Has 2 more left. Now brings it all the way in front of the net. Goes by absolutely everybody. And puts it home to make it 5-1. So just 13 seconds after Jared Burho scores, it's John Gagir, the senior, getting a goal here on senior night to put the Lancers up 5-1 in this one. Gagir's 3rd goal of the season, as the Lancers now lead it 5-1. Point number 12 in his career for John Gagir. And an interesting story is East Boston will bring it up past center ice and into the Lancer end. Zal looking to just chip it out. Gagir, 12 points in his career, 5 goals, 7 assists. He played 2 years with Coyle, played with the Lancers his freshman year and 8th grade year before going to Coyle for his sophomore and junior year, then coming back to the Lancer program for his senior year, and he's enjoyed a nice season so far. As Matt Zhao has it on the near side. Scored 1 goal already tonight. His shot opportunity from the near side, just going wide from inside the blue line. You're chasing this puck back into the Lancer end, and he'll grab it. And talking to Coach Thabato about this senior class before the game, about John Gagir in particular, he said he's been solid on defense pretty much all year long. He's been the most physical player, and we've seen that time and time again on the ice as offsides is called on Mikey Whalen. We've seen that time and time again on the ice. Gagir, a physical presence, using his frame and his body to dish out a whole lot of huge hits. We saw it against Medway in particular. And what a huge game that was for the Lancers as a whole, losing 2-1. And almost had a few opportunities where they could have won that game as well, as Burho has the lone goal scorer for East Boston tonight. Carries it back towards center ice. The pass just going off the stick of Brian Gonzalez. It's Jake Braga having it in the far corner. Fighting off his man as Burho has it again, looking for the centering pass, but nobody's there as Girardi will chase it to the near side. Taking it away is Declan Gill. Already 2 goals in the night. The Lancers with a 3-on-1 looking for the hat trick. Instead feeds it to the near side to Gail Grasso, and what a save from Anthony Bacino. Going post to post, sprawling out his legs as Gill has it back again. The Lancers looking to get it back, but they're unable to get it. Sherman playing it towards the far corner for the Lancers. Gets it back off a bad pass and an interception. Sherman controls it. Has Dercoli on the near side just inside the blue line. The shot blocked by the stick of Antonio Girardi as Girardi will go the other way with it. Gill taking it away, however, on the near side as Sherman in the slot instead takes himself looking for that hat trick. But he's held up on the near side by a few Jets. As East Boston now will go the other way with it. Brian Gonzalez. Sherman fighting him off. And able to grab the puck back for the Lancers. Receives it back on the far side in front of the East Boston bench. 9:52 left here in the second period. The Lancers leading 5-1. One goal in the second period each for each team. Burrow scoring at 3:16. Gear scoring at 3:29. Burrow gets it back in the slot on the far side. The shot saved by Director. The second chance opportunity pounced on by Director as well. And an inadvertent whistle blown before it could find its way into the net. So they'll throw the faceoff out to the far side. So we'll still stand at a 5-1 score. With East Boston getting their 8th and 9th shots on goal. East Boston winning the faceoff and blast from the point by Andy Key. Going wide as Hayden will try and pick it up. We're going to fight off his defender on the near side. That was Dominic Russo. He fought off as Hayden pins his man up against the boards right behind the East Boston net. Giuliano looking to get it in front, unable to do so. Hayden back to Giuliano now. Centering pass to Pep and just goes off his stick back to the gear at the point. The Lancers setting up some offense here. Centering pass to Giuliano, off a few sticks, and going the other way with it is Jared Burrow. Second breakaway opportunity, looking for a second of the night. He'll get it! So East Boston gets a little offense going here in the second period. It's 5-2, with Jared Burrow scoring his second goal of the night. So 5-2 now, the score, East Boston. Getting on the board for the second time tonight, Jared Burrow with his second breakaway opportunity of the night, converting it. With a shot from Burrow off the face-off on the far side, going off a few sticks and out of play. 8:46 left here in the second period, 5-2 the score. The Lancers leading in this one. The lone second period goal for the Lancers, scored by John Gagier at 3:29. Whalen winning the faceoff back to Tommy Whalen. From one Whalen to another, Tommy Whalen picks it up. We're going to go right down the middle of the ice towards the slot, able to get around a few men. But it's sent to the far side of the ice. Brian Gonzalez to pick it up, but a takeaway now from Whalen inside the blue line. He'll carry it on the far side. Chips it down ice to Zal. Works the centering pass in front, almost put into his own net. Burrow almost got a hat trick with an own goal mixed in there as well. Brian Gonzalez has it on the far side. They have the numbers on a 3-on-2 to East Boston. Now a 3-on-1 as Gigi has to chase his puck back into his own end behind the Lancer net. He'll grab it, turns around his man. And they'll have it just outside the blue paint in front of Director. Zal chasing after it with Russo. Russo able to grab it for East Boston. Zal fighting with him on the far side corner, able to push it up towards the blue line, and they'll get it to Gonzalez. Now it's Whalen taking it away, looking for an assist or even a goal opportunity. Zal looked for his second of the night, a tipped opportunity in front. Gagier has it on the near side corner, sends it up to Dercoli. He'll grab it. Around one man, falls to the ice as he gets tripped up by Jacob Levitt. So the Lancers will get their second power play opportunity of the night. A tripping call at 7:30. So we stand at a 5-2 score. With 7:30 remaining here in the second period. As Sherman in the dot for the Lancers, that third line of Del Grasso, Sherman and Gill. 2 goals tonight so far as the line. We're going to attack on a third here as Del Grasso has the face-off on the far side of the corner of centering pass towards Gill. Goes off a few sticks, and Dercoli now has it back at the point. Back to Dercoli, he'll have it at the point towards the near side. It's Gill who has it. Moving towards the centering pass, Del Grasso tried to bat it out of the air. Unable to do so, however, as East Boston sends it all the way down towards the Lancer end of the ice on the far side. Gill ships that puck down ice off the near side of his stick. And picking it up is Jared Burho. 2 goals tonight already. Braga has this one. Back at center ice. He'll chip it in. Goes off a few bodies, and the Lancers with a whole new line coming out into this one, including the leading point scorer in Norton Lancer history, Brendan Hayden. Has now 70 points in his career, 29 goals and 41 assists, leads the Norton Lancer hockey program in goals, assists, and points, passing all 3 of those records held by Jake Penguin in just 11 games so far this season. His 5th year with this Lancer team started all the way back in 8th grade. He'll still chase the puck down on the near side, but taken away by Burho as East Boston looking to move this one up. The Lancers grab it on the near side. It's Giuliano floating this one down ice towards Giuliano. He'll get it back. Back to Parker towards the far side of Gagir. He'll bring it up inside the blue line. The Lancers have this behind the East Boston net, looking to bring it around. Hayden tied up a little bit there as well. As Pepin has it at the point, receives and takes away the pass from East Boston. Giuliano near side to Hayden, had a wide open net, but just going off his stick was the puck. He'll circle around behind the East Boston net. Bacino with a good save there off a shot from Hayden from the far side dot. Up to Pepin. We're going to get a goal here tonight. Back to the point to Parker. Parker's shot going just off a few bodies as Hayden now grabs it. Hayden controls it. Skates towards the centering pass. Goes off a few bodies and by Bacino. 5:20 and counting now left here in the period. The power play to the Lancers now ending. As Director touches up the puck. As he'll play it, the Lancers looking to start the offensive attack once again. Gagir grabs it in his own end on the far side. As he'll look to bring it up. Has Hayden on the far side, flanked by Whalen at the wing. Goes straight up center ice, wide open lane. Fired to Whalen, puts it home. And Mikey Whalen with his 2nd goal of the season puts the Lancers up 6-2 in this one. So Mike Whalen scoring his 2nd goal of the season. Makes it now 6-1 here in the 2nd period. And the Lancers really just putting their offense to work against East Boston. Lancers choosing not to dress any of their juniors. Not dressing some of their sophomores as well. It's mostly just the JV team and the seniors out there tonight. Tommy Whalen trying to put one home from out in front. Lancers shot attempt number 23 of the night as Braga's shot makes its way towards net, blocked by a few guys as Tommy Whalen to grab it once again. But now here comes Jared Burho trying to get it around Tommy Whalen, and he's able to close his feet up. Mikey Whalen to bring it up now. Has Zhao on the near side. Instead will bring it up himself, following on towards net. As Bacino able to save it with his pad. On the far side, Levitt having it taken away by Mike Whalen. It was Brian Gonzalez looking for a big hit on Whalen and just missing him entirely as Tommy Whalen trying to toe drag it towards the slots, but it's taken away by Burho. He'll control it and play it up towards Gonzalez. Now it's Levitt. Has it, the long shot on towards net, saved by Director. They still drop the puck and play towards Braga. 3:33 and counting left here in the 2nd period. The shot so far tonight, 24-11 in favor of the Lancers. It's Tom Whalen. He'll have it, brings it towards the slot, gets tied up a little bit there with Jacob Levitt. As Gagir coming right off the bench, intercepts a pass on the far side. It's Mike Whalen grabbing it, slings it over to the far side to Tommy Whalen. Whalen looking for the cross-ice pass back to Connor Cohen. But instead it'll be Declan Gill chasing after this one into the corner, joined by Andy Key. It's Gagir Has it on the near side, covered by Burrow. As Hayden will retreat back to his own zone to grab it. 2:44 and counting left here in the second period. Hayden with a burst of speed gets tied up with Burrow as they'll take it away. With a whack of the stick is Gagir. Now bringing it up past the red line. A couple of times he's gone through almost every single East Boston defender, looking to do the same here. Loses a glove, plays it in front to Dercoli. His shot saved by the glove of Bacino. Dercoli has it in the corner, looking to bring it on towards net. But instead, Jared Burrow has it on the far side. Jacob Levitt grabbing it as well. We're going to bring it towards center ice. As Dercoli looking to grab it as well. 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. The Lancers leading this one by a 6-2 score. And just 17 minutes remaining here on LSN's coverage of Norton Lancer hockey. Our final game as a network. And shaking off a big hit there is Declan Gales will chase this puck all the way down the ice. Spun around there as Dercoli has it on the near side. Back to Gill. But it's taken away there and broken up by Antonio Girardi. Hayden to grab it back geometrically off the boards, taken away by Brian Gonzalez. Looking to just wind up. Giuliano there to pickpocket him. As the Lancers control on the near side, back towards center ice to Hayden. But our final game as a network here on LSN for hockey, and what a ride it's been. 5 years. As Levitt looking to bring this one up. As Gagir tied up a little bit with Brendan Hayden. And going back to Brendan Hayden, I know we spoke about him a few minutes ago. And just the play he's brought to this team, the final home game for him in what is arguably the best player in Norton High School hockey history. He's the leader of the team both on and off the ice, as you see, with a burst of speed on the far side of the ice, looking for a goal here tonight, saved by Bacino. And the cold streak continues for Hayden. 2 shots on net tonight. Both of them have been scathed. That makes 1 goal in his last 12 shots. Just a little bit unlucky there. But both Coach Grasso and Coach Thabato has really made a testament to his play. When I spoke to both of them earlier today, Coach Thabato saying he really played great after returning from his injury, which was really a freak injury as Joey Giuliano's shot made its way towards net, saved by Bacino. A lot of bodies now there in front. Frank Wang getting bodied in front of the Lancer net, but going the other way is East Boston. Girardi playing it towards center ice. Giuliano now has it. Kicks it up his skates forward. Hayden, after that scary injury, really came back to play really well for this team as an assist. Looking to get it in front. The net going off its moorings. John Gagir looking to get his second goal of the night with 16.3 remaining here in the second period. The score 6-2 in favor of the Lancers. So the net just going back on its moorings. They also have an intermission report coming up next. As Mike Whalen gets in the dot. Along with James Honecker and Tommy Whalen. So Laverdier and Parker anchor the defense. Whalen shoots this one on towards net, missing wide. And Laverdier chases after it. Now to Whalen. Looking for a centering pass to his brother Tommy, but just going by his stick. Tom Whalen's had a couple of nice chances here tonight. With 2 seconds left in the period, and that looks like that's where we'll end it, and it is. 6-2 after 2 periods. The Ellison intermission report coming up next. The final intermission report here at LSN. 6-2 as we head towards the intermission.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Foxborough Sports Center. I'm Javik Blake here for the second intermission report. It's all Norton in this one as they lead 6-2, but 2 goals from East Boston, both from Jared Burrow in that period, as they now total 11 shots on net for the Lancers. 27 in the faceoffs that period. Only 4, all of them won by the Lancers. They now have 11 on the night as opposed to just 1 for East Boston. The power plays 0 for 2 for the Lancers, 0 for 1 for East Boston, and both teams with 4 penalty minutes. So let's get to the scoring summary here in the second period for East Boston. Both their goals scored by Jared Burho. It's 3:16 and 6:04 to make it 4-1, and then 5-2. The goals for the Lancers scored by John Gagir, his third of the season, at 3:29, by Mikey Whalen at 10:09. So the Lancers in the third period, the final home game for the seniors. You got to think they're just going to put everything out there, let the seniors run. Hopefully they can get a few goals, and hopefully some of the favorite Lancers seniors can walk away with a few points here tonight in their final game here at the Foxborough Sports Center. So after this, we'll send you back to the Foxborough Sports Center for the final time here on LSN, as we have one more period left for you of hockey right here on LSN. I'm Javik Blake, as we say thank you for the final intermission report, 6-2 Norton here at the FSC. Hello folks, welcome back here to the Foxborough Sports Center, getting ready for the third period of action, and right in the middle of your screen you see Mitchell Director, the Lancer goaltender, 19 games played in his career, looking for varsity win number 4. He came into this year with only 4 games of varsity experience, all of them last year when he filled in for Triton Dos Race. But he really filled in the role left by Triton Dos Race, one of the best goalies in Lancer history, as East Boston controls the faceoff and sends it down ice. Parker chasing after it, icing waved off here underway in the second period. He really filled that role left by Triton Dos Race, and he's done a fantastic job, really being the MVP of this team, as we said in the pregame show. And one of the things that really stands out for him as far performance-wise was his performance against Medfield, as Giuliano trying to bring this one up. Gets tied up a bit there with the Girardi, as Levitt looking to send this one down ice, feeds it up towards Jared Burho, as now he brings it on net for the hat-trick goal, saved by Director. And he'll look to jump on it, as Gagir and Parker getting the puck back to him, as he'll cover that one up and we're going to face off. But going back to Mitchell Director, filled in that role left by Triton Dos Race perfectly, and really one of his best performances his entire career was against Medfield, a fantastic team coming in, riding hot, one of the best teams in the state. And he allowed them, let them to just 2 goals. The Lancers lost that game 2-1. Really some missed opportunities and some fantastic saves by the Medfield goalie. Really let the Lancers lose in that one. But Mitch Director played fantastic in that game. Another few ones. He had a 37 save performance this year, a 40 save performance this year, and a whole lot of 30 save performances this year as well, to really help the Lancers get to that 2 wins. If not for him, this team, they've lost a lot of close games, and if not for the play of Mitch Director, it could be much worse. So the Lancers leading 6-2 here, 13:50 left here in the third period. Director, 19 games played, a 3.68 goals against average. Has 4 games left in the Lancer uniform to get his first career shutout. As East Boston picks that one up on the far side, Tom Whalen gets it back. Already has a goal here tonight as Braga checked in the slot, as Jacob Levitt gets on the far side. Now it's Andy Key who has. We already saw a rifle from him, a fantastic slap shot, as Whalen retreats back to the Lancer zone. He'll dump behind his own net. Look to leave it for Parker Gagir, but instead, nobody's there. Gagir has to go grab it on the far side. The Lancers leading 6-2 in this one. Gagir circles back, grabs it, looks to bring it towards center ice. And with a burst of speed, he'll take it on the near side. Drags it, puts it forward with a nifty move, throws it over towards the slot off the glove of Bacino. So the Lancers looking to score a few more goals here, send their seniors home with a great victory on their senior night. Hayden has a goal tonight already, loses it on the far side. Sherman hits it off the post from the far side, as Hayden circles back into his own zone. Coach Grasso saying Hayden, a reliable 2-way player. He started on that first line for the Lancers his freshman year and really did a fantastic job into that role. He's really turned into a sniper. What former Lancer head coach Eric Grasso had said about him. And in terms of Coach Tabano talking about him, he said he played great after returning from the injury, and he really sees the game better than anyone else. And one could attribute that to his play in the NA3HL with the Cape Cod Islanders. He's going to be looking to hopefully rejoin them after this season ends, and if not, it all depends if the Cape Cod Islanders can make the playoffs, but if not, next year, he'll be looking to play for them full-time before going off to, hopefully for him, playing college hockey, as that one's sent all the way down the ice. The hand up from icing from Bacino, but that one waved off by the referee as East Boston to grab it. A delayed penalty called as Bacino goes to the bench. It's Burho, has it. That one shot on towards net. As Brian Gonzalez has it on the far side, touched up by the Lancers. And East Boston will go to the power play for the second time tonight. So we're scoreless here in the third period so far for both teams. The score overall standing at 6-2, 11:21 left in this one. Hayden wins the faceoff on the far side. And he'll send it all the way down ice, sends it to Bacino. This Lancer program, this senior class, they've overseen a lot of change in this program. They've gone through 3 head coaches, from Kyle Headney during Brendan Hayden's 8th grade year, Derek Grasso their freshman year, as Joey Giuliano with a burst of speed, looking for a goal here on senior night with a great move but a great save from Bacino. This team overseeing a whole lot of changes. Giuliano has it just outside the blue line towards center ice, looking to toe drag his way in to the lane, to the East Boston zone. Gets it as Pepin instead snipes it just off the post. As we'll get a whistle. So the Lancers looking for the shorthanded goal there. Unable to get it, but this senior class, once again, overseeing a lot of change in this program. 3 different head coaches. A lot of firsts as well. They beat Dover Sherborne for the first time in team history, a 3-1 victory. Maybe one of the best games we've ever seen here on LSN. Clint Gallagher scoring from just outside the blue line. The Lancers winning 3-1, the first time they'd ever beaten DS in the program's history. As John Gagier has it on the far side, 10:29 to go here in the third period. And a lot of memorable moments from this team over these last 5 years, as Ellison's been covering them for the last 5 years. A whole lot of memorable moments. You had games against Medfield. You had the fantastic Foxborough rivalry 2 years ago, which is maybe some of the best hockey this program has ever played. You saw a 3-0 loss to Westwood 3 years ago, in which Westwood, when they put up 64 shots, 61 of them saved by Triton Dose Race in net. The Lancers weren't really able to get anything offensively, only 7 shots on net. But the defensive play of that game, the bend and not breaking as Gill brings that one up and towards the slot, taken away. The bend and not breaking of that defense during that game, one of the things that will always stand out to me throughout these years. The Lancers, really their defensive resiliency in the early going, including their defensive play with Triton Dose Race in net holding a call. The Lancers will go on a 5-on-3 penalty kill. Gagier will go to the box, 2 minutes for holding. And one of the big things is the Foxborough rivalry. I mean, that's something that these players will always hold as one of their best memories. The Foxborough rivalries from 2 years ago, always back and forth games. The Lancers blowing a 4-2 lead 1 year to lose 5-4. Tying Foxborough with a last-second goal with 3 seconds remaining off the stick of Clint Gallagher. You had a 4-2 victory with Brendan Hayden as Joey Giuliano has this on the near side, a 5-on-3 shorthanded goal, looking for it, but another save by Bacino, denying Joey Giuliano a senior night goal. You had Jake Palin and Brendan Hayden hooking up for one of the niftiest goals you'll ever see, as Mitch Director covering that puck up with 9:01 to go here in the third period, 1:23 left on the Lancer penalty kill. But a tic-tac-toe pass on opening night for the Lancers, the second year under head coach Eric Grasso, starting off with a bang, a 4-0 resounding victory. But later in the season, Foxborough coming back to Norton and the Lancers losing that one 5-4. You also have the moments against Ashland, Triton Dose Race allowing a few goals short side earlier in the game. The Lancers unable to come back. You had their huge tie just a few years ago against Ashland, as we're going to touch up. And a few years ago, well, let's make that 4 years ago, as the Norton Lancers and East Boston Jets will go play some 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 5. Cross-checking the call as Girardi heads his way into the box. Hayden wins the faceoff now. Has it inside the point, looking for a shot, and the slap gets it. And a wicked slap shot from just inside the dot gives Hayden his second goal of the night and puts the Lancers up 7-2 in this one. So the Lancers scoring at 6:24. Brendan Hayden, his 6th goal of the season. So puts the Lancers up 7-2 in this one with a 4-on-4 goal. Hayden will grab it once again on the near side, looking to play it up towards Pepin. Matt Pepin held out earlier this year with an injury. Plays it down ice to Tom Whalen. Whalen will chase after this with Burho as well. Pepin there to corral it, but it's Hayden who has it back at center ice. Retreats back into his own zone, geometrically off the boards, taken away by Brian Gonzalez. The slap shot right into the glove of Mitch Director. Joey Giuliano to go into the dot for the Lancers. And made the big transition towards center this year with 8:01 remaining here in the third period as he'll lose the faceoff, but he has a rush of steam down ice trying to find a goal here on senior night. Looking to bring it in all alone, puts it in. And Joey Giuliano finally gets his goal on senior night. Took him about 5 tries to get it, but Giuliano, after being denied by Bacino 4 different times, puts home his 4th of the season at 7-12 to put the Lancers up 8-2 now in this one. So Bacino plays it, almost went into his own net off of his stick. But it's Cohen playing it onto the near side of Giuliano. And so grab it as Zhao out in front looking for his second goal of the night. Isn't able to get it. Corrals it on the far side. Back to Giuliano. Back to Zhao now on the far side. Chips it to Giuliano behind the Lancer net. A whole lot of bodies in front. Frank Wang trying to get the shot right into the body of Bacino. Bacino peppered with shots here tonight. 36 for the Lancers so far. East Boston only with 11 without a shot on net this period. As Tom Whalen goes into the dot. Whalen trying to win it back to Hayden, but he's going to have to rush all the way back into his own zone to grab it. Mitch Director to corral it behind his own net. Plays it around the boards to Pepin on the near side now. Pepin to Hayden. As the Lancers will try and start the rush. 6:55 and counting left here in the third period. The Lancers leading this 8-2 thanks to 2 third-period goals as John Gagir looking to bring it in front. Pepin trying to put one home as well. Taking it on the far side now is Dominic Russo. Sends it around the boards. Pepin there to corral it for the Lancers. He'll take it in the corner. Looking for a goal here on senior night for himself. Just missing the shot there as the Lancers. Pepin checked right into the boards, and that's going to be a penalty, and the Lancers will go on the power play once again. Gagir has it. Gagir, his sock on his skate, down all the way near his skate, near his ankle. As the arm still raised in the air, his leg pad exposed. The Lancers still controlling play, and it's finally touched up by Jared Burho. And the Lancers get their 4th power play opportunity of the night. It's 6:06 to go in the third period. So going in the box is Dominic Russo, the senior forward. Joey Giuliano in the faceoff dot for the Lancers. And really one of the best defensemen in Norton High School hockey history, up there with Bobby and Cam Trudeau in that conversation for the best defenseman of all time. And the surprising thing, he has the most points of any defenseman, but he wasn't able to play his freshman year. Broke his collarbone in a preseason accident while playing football, some neighborhood football, as Jackson. As Jackson puts that home. As the Lancers take the 9th goal of the night. So it's Jake Jackson scoring here. put the Lancers up 9-0, 1 goal away from double digits. As Matt Zhao coming to the near side of your screen, Giuliano in the dot. So the Lancers scoring at 11:02. Jake Jackson getting the scoring done. His first career goal as well, so big congrats out to him as the Lancers now lead this 9-2 in this one here in the third period. As Wang goes into the boards hard, Hayden looking to grab the puck back at the point, but he's going to have to play some defense. He's defending Brian Gonzalez as he sends it on towards net. The first shot of the period from East Boston as the Lancers control it up 9-2. Gagir with a burst of speed. The Lancers with a 3-on-2 rush on the far side of your screen. We're going to bring it in front. Matt Zhao gets his second of the night, finishing off a fantastic feed there, and the Lancers get to double digits. So 2 goals, just 41 seconds apart. First it was Jake Jackson, 11:02. Now it's Matt Zhao scoring his second goal of the night, second career goal as well, as the Lancers now take a 10-2 advantage in this one. So 5:11 left to go here. This one just about completely wrapped up as Mike Whalen plays it over to the far side. The Lancers senior to be going home with a victory, their third victory of the season. Second against East Boston, sweeping the season series as Parker with a good shot. Saved in between the legs of Pacino. These Lancers seniors will go off, play 4 more games, 3 of them on the road. They'll play 1 more back here at the FSC in just about 2 weeks. But this wraps up senior night as a burst of speed there as Brian Gonzalez looking for a breakaway opportunity, just sending the puck wide, and Tom Whalen and Matt Pepin to corral on the far side. Pepin dishing it off to Whalen, who sends it to the near side to Parker. Now Whalen chipping at it, but going back the other way towards their end of the ice is Jared Burho. Already 2 goals on the night as Mike Whalen just sliding into the boards right behind the Lancer net. He'll grab the puck now on the far side. We're going to bring it towards center ice. A long stretch pass to Pepin. Goes off his stick. He's not able to grab it, not able to corral it as Russo plays it back. As it's Cohen. Skates it behind the Lancer cage. 4:03 left to go here in the period. It's Braga playing it towards Jared Parker on the near side. No going to burst his speed, and he's looking to get something going. As Pepper on the top of your screen, bring towards the slot. The shot going just wide from Parker. And the final senior to highlight here tonight, as we'll get a whistle. Parker trying to get his first career goal. 1 assist so far in his career came this year. But the final senior to highlight here tonight, the defenseman Jared Parker. Coach Jay Thabato talking about him, said he's earned ice time as a solid defenseman. He's starting on the first line tonight with John Gagir, with Joey Giuliano moving up towards to the center spot. It really opened up a spot on that defense taken by Jared Parker. And Thabato also said after tryouts, he was really unable to guarantee him a spot, but he's really worked hard and showed his work to the coaches, and they've been very impressed with him, the coaching staff, including Trendos Race. That one just going wide. Frank Wang trying to get his first career goal. Now has it in front. The backhanded shot. Puts it home, and Frank Wang with his first career goal puts the Lancers up by 9 in this one. Frank Wang has not dressed for a single varsity game this season. The very first one he does, he scores to put the Lancers up 11-2 in this one. So after Jake Jackson scoring at 10:02, Matt Zhao scoring at 10:43, we now have Frank Wang, his first career goal, being scored at 11:32 to make it 11-2 Norton. As East Boston winning the faceoff, looking to bring it up, but instead on the near side, it's Dercoli sending it to Giuliano. Has Wang on the far side, looking to dish it off to him. Dercoli has it in the slot. What an opportunity
just missing wide of the net. The Lancers' 41st shot of the night. And well, now we got a whistle. The puck going to the far side of the ice with under 3 minutes to go in this one. 2:59 left on the clock. As the Lancers limiting East Boston to just 4 shots this period. Their total up to 15 on the night. As Tommy Whalen goes into the dot for the Lancers, this senior class just looking to cap off their final season in a Lancer uniform. Parker playing it back to the near side to Parker. 2:51 to go in this one. The Lancers leading 11-2. We'll have a full post-game wrap-up after this. As Bocino just kind of chilling on his own net, resting on that cage as Braga gets on the far side. We're going to push it forward. Instead, grabbing it will be Antonio Girardi. Girardi sends it on the near side to Berho, has all 2 of these Boston goals here tonight, and he's going to try and push up down ice. Berho, we're going to get around a defender. Cohen checking him as well, and a good check there to free it up from DeColle. Whalen now has it, brings it up on the far side of the ice, and the half-board's right in front of the East Boston bench. Stops on a dime, looking to pass to the near side to Cohen. The shot going just wide of the net. Braga, we're going to get it as well, but it's going all the way down ice. And grabbing it is Director. Under 2 minutes to go now in this one. 1:55 and counting. And the Lancers, they're going to go to 3-11-2 on the season. They'll guarantee themselves at least 3 wins with 4 games to go. Already eliminated for the playoffs, but just looking to play spoilers for a few teams down the road. As for East Boston, they'll drop to 0-16. They'll have 3 more games left on their season. As that shot off a few bodies and ending up behind the Lancer net. Another shot opportunity in front. Burrow trying to push it forward, but it's Del Grasso. So looking to grab it, they would have had a breakaway, but it's Burrow going into Mitch Director and into the Lancer net. So we're going to whistle with 1:22 to go. But for Boston, they'll have 3 games left to try and win 2 games. That's the least amount they've won in the last 10 years. We'll have Durfee coming up next, a team that is 1-14-0. Second meeting of the year last time these 2 teams met. They lost 7-1 on the 15th of January, just a little under a month ago. Gill has it on the far side. We're going to play it up towards Sherman. As it's Mike Whalen carrying it on the near side for the Lancers. 1:10 and counting to go here in this one. Whalen grabbing the puck, looking to bring behind the net. Send to the far side. The shot going just wide as Del Grasso will grab it on the other side of the ice. Sherman has it on the near side. We're going to play back towards Del Grasso, but skating all the way back out is Mike Whalen with less than a minute to go in this one. Jared Parker getting out onto the ice for the Lancers. Whalen, he'll bring this one up. Tied up with a few East Boston Jets, and they'll go the other way with it. It's Jared Burho. He'll grab it. Chopping at it is a few Lancers. As Parker will go to grab it on the far side. Sending it over to the far side. Here with now 30 seconds to go. The Lancers leading this one 11-2. They're going to take home victory. Number 3 on the season. But one last work. It's Giuliano. Has it on the far side. Goes off of a defender. His first opportunity. But instead he'll carry it back. Looking for a goal here with now 13 seconds to go. Centering pass to Sherman. Doesn't work. Now back to Gagir on the near side. With 5 seconds to go now. He'll control it in front of the net. A whole lot of opportunity. Giuliano missing wide with 1 second to go, and that's where we'll end it. 11-2 the final here on senior night. The Lancers taking home a big victory to send their seniors off with a resounding win over the East Boston Jets. The final edition of LSN Overtime coming up next. The Lancers beating the East Boston Jets 11-2. Stick with us, folks. This is LSN.
Hello, folks. Welcome back here to the Foxborough Sports Center for the final time in the history of LSN. I'm Javik Blake. The Lancers taking down the East Boston Jets by an 11-2 final score here on senior night, including 5 third-period goals to help the seniors go home with a resounding 11-2 victory tonight to get the Lancers their 3rd win of the season. while it was not only the final home game for the Lancer seniors, it was also our final game here for hockey on LSN. It's been a fantastic 5-year run. It started all the way back when I was in 8th grade, back when I was just 14 years old, with nothing but a mixer and 3 cameras that had no cameramen, 1 director, and 1 statistician. And it's grown today to cameras, pre-game shows, post-game shows, intermission shows, interviews with coaches, pre-game interviews you watched earlier this year with Brendan Hayden and Joey Giuliano. But one thing that has never changed is the amount of memories that Norton High School hockey has given me throughout the years, from the fantastic saves from just when I first started against Westwood Triton Dose Race, 67 shots and 64 saves from Triton Dose Race. The games against Ashland, the rivalry games against Foxborough, where the stands were more filled than I've ever seen in my entire life here at the Foxborough Sports Center. The goal from Jake Palin against Hollis and the Lancers just needing to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. They ended up tying the game, but Jake Palin tying things up with a minute to go off of a redirect right in front of the net. The place, I kid you not, was shaking. The fantastic memories that Norton High School hockey has given me, being able to broadcast people like Brendan Hayden, Joey Giuliano, Cam Trudeau, Bobby Trudeau, Jake Palin, Triton Dose Race, Mitch Director, a plethora of players. I can't even name all of them here that have helped this broadcast be fantastic throughout the years. The coaches as well. Coach Eric Grasso with all the stats, notes, information, lines, questions, anything to go to him was fantastic, as well as this year with Coach Jay Thabato, all the stats, notes, lines, everything. They were there for me through this entire time. So as I go on to my next chapter in life, I'll be attending Elon University in North Carolina. One thing I'll never forget is Norton High School hockey and the 5 years of fantastic memories it has given me. So for the final time here on the Lancer Sports Network, I'm Javic Blake, signing off from Norton High School hockey in the Foxborough Sports Center. The final score, the Lancers 11, the East Boston Jets 2. So thank you so much to everyone who's ever watched, listened, or helped with these broadcasts throughout the year. Good night, folks.